So how do you feel about them telling you that?
You know what? It was okay because my children were always my priority, of course, in life. But here I was, if they got sick or they weren't feeling well, I couldn't just take the day off and stay with them. My mom was there, my dad was there to do that. But I was a soldier first. I learned how to run on the beach. I learned how to go by ropes. And then if you fell or you let go, you're going to fall down into a bunch of, I'm trying to think of the name of those plants, but they got these big, sharp pricks on them. Big. They're about 2 inches long, the pricks. So if you fell and you didn't get across, you could fall in that. And then it's like, oh, well. So I never fell in that, thank God. But I also learned how to shoot. I used to shoot rifle, and then I went into pistol. I used to shoot an Uzi, and I was really good at shooting, actually.
So were you in combat, or did you ever get into combat? Or
no, Bermuda really doesn't get into combat because we're still protected by England. So if anything happened in Bermuda bad, the British Army would be there. One of the things that did happen when I was there, though, that we were called in. Every soldier was called into the Army. No excuses at all, period. Was a number of years ago, I guess it was my second year there, somebody went and shot the governor of Bermuda and his dog. And then they went around and they went and shot the chief of police. So that was an immediate, you're up, you're now. You get in the Army, get in here now. And we were on parole while they were looking for the guy, and they did find him. So that was that was different because you were demanded to be there. And every single person, it wasn't just like one group of people came in for training. It was everybody that was in the Army was in.
So how did you feel about leaving? I know you said you had kids and stuff like that. And even though you knew you wanted to go in the Army, how did you deal with leaving them with your parents?
I was okay with it because they were very close to they were very, very close to my parents, both of them. And I mean, we lived close to each other. And so we were, it was okay. They understood it. They understood what I was. They were proud of it. And they were happy to be living with Nana and Grandpa for a little while. So it was really A-okay. So it was good.
So did you have any regrets for the decisions you made as far as going in the military?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not one regret. It was a fascinating experience.
Tell us about the different places you've been there, that you traveled, because I know you were sharing with me before.
Yeah. Most of my traveling for the Army time was in Jamaica. Different parts of Jamaica. We went into Kingston for starters, and then we would do a move and we would go someplace else. We would also, let's see where else I went, Montego Bay, Negril, and the Jamaica Defense Force trained with us when we were there. And if you know anything about Jamaica at all, the Jamaica Defense Force kind of rules Jamaica. It's not the police, it's the Army that takes over that. So, and they're tough. They were nice. Downtime, they were nice. But other than that, they were tough.
Did you experience any kind of friction with other soldiers, like the mail with y'all coming in? And
No, none at all. No, I think they were probably warned.
Yeah,
probably. So no, we had no frictions at all.
Wow, that sounds like a very peaceful time that you went in.
It was pretty much. It was. It's not like it is today. It was pretty peaceful out there. We did a lot of, like I said, we did a lot of training. There are things in Jamaica that you take for granted here that you don't get in Jamaica.
Such as?
Soft toilet paper. But I was told, I was warned when I was packing up for going over there, was take a roll of toilet paper and throw yourself on it. It's yours. Don't lend it to anybody. You know, people would steal your toilet paper because our toilet paper was so much softer. Theirs was like, I can't even say like newspaper. It was worse than newspaper. Things like that. But we had a good time. I mean, sometimes we'd be in a truck and we've done training all day long and they're driving. And if you've ever been to Jamaica and drove, you close your eyes most of the time and just pray to God you get there because they drive terrible. But we'd be in the truck and having a good time after the training day was over. And the truck would just pull up alongside of a vegetable cart type thing. People sold, where we were, they sold vegetables almost like out of their yard type thing. And we would go there like buy mangoes, bags of mangoes, like $3 for a bag, which had like 15 mangoes in it. So we always had a good time doing that type of thing. But the people there were very, very nice.
That sounds so peaceful. When you think about the military then, 35 years ago, and you think about it now, it's like night and day.
It's like night and day, yes. Yep. We used to pay, wherever we were training, there were always some little Jamaican kids, just because that's what they wanted to do. They were very poor. You know, some had holes in their pants. You could see their bottoms from it, but they were happy kids. And we would pay them like a quarter to go up to climb a coconut tree and bring the coconuts down. And we would drill a hole in the coconuts and we would pour vodka in it. And that was our drink. Real coconut juice.
You know, as I'm listening to you and you mentioned about how, you know, your attitude helped you get through a lot. Was that, did your parents, I'm sure your parents had something to do with that too, because you was already, you know, doing some things in your life. You already had your business.
Yes, yes. No, I had a great, not a very good, a great upbringing by my parents. My parents were married for 51 years when my father passed away. And my mom's still alive. She's now 96 years old. And that both of them were very, very proud of me. In fact, they were proud of all their kids. And they let us know that. They never tried to hold us back from anything. We were all good kids. Not one of us has ever been in trouble with the law or drugs or anything like that. My parents, their job when they had kids to them was bringing us up. And they did. There's very few times in my life that I can honestly say, well, my parents got a babysitter because they went out.
Yeah, they were always there.
That's right.
Always active in your life.
Always. Sometimes on a New Year's Eve, my father worked in a hotel, so he always worked New Year's Eve. So sometimes on the New Year's Eve, my mom would go down there and just sit with him New Year's Eve because they always had a party, and she would then get a babysitter for us. But that was about it. But that was exciting for us, too, you know. That my mom's going out. We're getting a babysitter, you know. And she's going to put on her one tube of lipstick that she's had all my life. And then we might be able to get a little bit of it, you know.
Right.
No, but my parents had a lot to do with us.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, we had a very good upbringing.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that the parents are, when you're active, involved, you know, building you up, especially during that time, because wasn't it back in segregation, or y'all basically came out of that already?
We were out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, we were all out of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was, I had a good life. I'm at the age I am now. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm kind of old. I have no regrets in my life, none whatsoever. You know, every experience I've had, whether it be good or bad, to me, it's who I am today. Yeah. You know, so even when I got married, got divorced, you know, divorce is not nice, but it helped me for who I am today.
What is one of the challenges that you had to overcome in your life?
Oh, goodness.
Whether it's military or personal.
To be honest with you, I haven't had any real challenges.
Okay.
Nothing really serious. Whatever it was, I took the attitude was, can you change it?
Mm-hmm.
If you can, then do something about it now.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, then leave it alone and get on with something else. So I never procrastinated on things that just wasn't going to happen. You know, I try to live positively, as do all my siblings. My youngest sister, she's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's very positive to her.
Was that because of your parents'
Because
upbringing?
my parents, Yep.
That's really good.
Yeah. We had good parents. We still got a good mother.
How did you feel about coming out of the military? Did you have any? I know you said you don't have any regrets or anything like that, but coming out, was it easy to get a job? Was it easy to keep going?
I owned my own company.
Okay, even
so
then, okay.
it was easy. It was easy.
Oh yeah, well you had your stuff going on.
Yeah, and I had a business partner who, when I was in the Army, ran the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went back to work as normal. But I did miss the Army when I came out. I miss the girls, and how we all developed to be friends. You know, and I'm still friends with most of them today. You know, on Facebook and stuff. But yeah, so I made some good relationships.
What is some wisdom that you can share with us in our everyday life, not just the Army, but
everyday life? I would say there's positive things and there's negative things in this world. Don't dwell on the negative. Think positive. If there is something that's negative in your life, there's a positive that's coming. Know that there's a positive that's coming. God didn't put us in this world to suffer. He put us in this world for us to be happy. So don't dwell on that negative. Pray about that negative. Let it go away and move on and be positive. Live positive and try to pass it on to everybody. You know, be nice to somebody. Try to be nice to somebody at least once a day.
Is that something that you do? And
yes, I always try to. If I see somebody, if I don't know, I always try to something simple as, "Hi, good morning, how are you?" I have no idea who they are, and they kind of like, "Oh, I'm good, thank you." You know, it's like they're not expecting it. Because people just go about their own business all the time. But stop and say a nice word to somebody. You know, you see a kid in the store with his mommy, just say, "Hi, how are you today?" And you see the kid just like warm up. Mm-hmm. It's and the mother does too. You know, it's nice to be nice.
So does this quality you pass down to your children as well?
Absolutely.
Now, are your children in the military as well?
Nope. My son still lives in Bermuda, and he has 2 children. He's got a 25-year-old. So I've got a 25-year-old granddaughter, and he has a 16-year-old son who just got back to Bermuda because he was chosen by the government or paid for by the government, but he was chosen to go to Barcelona to play soccer, which we know is football here. Or maybe we know it is football there. You know it is soccer here. Mm-hmm. So he played there for a couple of years. He also went to England to play soccer. He also went to Italy. So now he's back in Bermuda again in school and doing this thing.
So do you feel like you lived a full, happy life?
Absolutely. And I've got a daughter who lives in Orlando now, and she's got 2 daughters, and one of her daughters has a daughter, so I am a great-grandmother, and I just idolize that child. You know, there's nothing better.
Yeah, that's true. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners before you leave?